Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids and we are back for some more Pyre Community RITE NITE, which means of course some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then that is, of course, the place to be, and you can join said Discord group by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars, are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here, and let's get ourselves started. We'll reset ourselves to our default settings, but otherwise, we'll be looking for a couple of people to get us started today, and thank you, Core, for the sub. Appreciate the support. Let me hop into Discord and whatnot. Alright, there we go. I am now in Discord. Let me see, do I have Steam Friends up? Let me get Steam Friends up real quick. Huzzah, hazoo. Okay, that should be good to go then. Alright, so, do we have anyone who would like to get us started today? Or for that matter, anything we'd like to do request-wise, and perhaps that's a little difficult to do before we know who is partaking of this initial rite. Maybe we'll just scare them off. Or we could just come up with a very devious request for the first one. Throw everything we can at them and just, you know, whoever decides to come in for the first match is going to suffer. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Well, don't all volunteer at once. I mean, I could jump in as one of those two people for a little bit, as I typically say, generally speaking. When that is the case, I'm mostly just acting to fill in until someone else from chat is available, because it is my preference to get as many of you all in chat involved as possible. Cacao and Core. Core says he can be one of two. Cacao, would you like to jump in to be the other? Anor hops in, or well, says hello as well. You can hop in here if you'd like to. We are just looking for our first, and everybody comes in now. What's up, Arocus? As soon as Lid says maybe, I don't know. It's just odd. First, everyone is silent, and then suddenly everyone appears instantaneously. Alright, let's see. Let's get Core. At the very least, Core has said that he... Oh, and let me unplug my controller before it messes with other stuff, in case there is someone else who wants to go. Let's see. So, Core said yes. Anor says maybe a little bit later. Oh, true! I forgot. We had, what was it? A best out of 5 series between Core and Cacao, and we got to match 4, and they were tied 2-2. But we had to leave. We had to wrap it up, so we couldn't have our tiebreaker, our deciding match. Oh, and did Cacao request Ron the other day? This sounds vaguely familiar. That also does sound vaguely familiar. Okay, so no big deal or anything, but we are immediately hopping into the deciding match of a best 3 out of 5 series that we did last week. a very tense series at that, because we are tied up 2-2. But no, we're just gonna go straight into it. The deciding match. Why not? Why not? So, you know, a best of 5 really becomes a best of 1 here. So I hope you are all ready. No warm-ups today, apparently. Let's see. Let me get Cacao. No warm-ups today. And we did have some requests. Let me just see. Can we still make these work, given how we're doing a relatively competitive match here? Sermon intro. And we have the unseen ones. Okay, let me get that going then real quick. Let's see. Tariq. No warm-up for TariqBot either. Oh, wait, no. Is TariqBot dead? I thought... Wasn't Failer saying the other day that TariqBot may be dead now? Can we even do this anymore? I don't even know if we can do this anymore with the non-Pyre songs nowadays. Can we? I'm not sure that we can. I mean, I legitimately don't know. I think I may not be 100% up to speed on all the details, but my understanding is that he's completely gone. TariqBot. I might be wrong about that, but it seems like that's what people are saying as well. Seems like people are confirming. I mean, I guess I can try, but it sounds like chances are pretty low that it's gonna work. Let's see. Seems like chances are pretty low / non-existent. Said it was the unseen ones, right? Yeah, there's something about it. Doesn't work with Bandcamp anymore or something. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot here just for confirmation, but okay. We'll test it out ourselves just to be 1000% sure, but it sounds like this is definitely not going to work. Also, it would help to use the right notation, though. Yeah. Yep, says I can't do it. Confirmed. It don't work. It don't work. Okay. We tried. We tried. But if you'd like to change it to something else, who wasn't made that request? Cacao, if you want to change it to something else, I guess it has to be in-game, because TariqBot isn't working anymore. So if there's something in-game you want to do, then we could go with that. But otherwise, TariqBot is dead. Technically, this is like TariqBot the 3rd or 4th, but RIP. Old never to return? Okay, I think that's fitting. I think that's still fitting.
Also, since I lost, I get to pick the stage, right?
Oh! You have a better memory than me in that case. I do not remember what the most recent result was, but yeah, I guess technically, if Cacao won the most recent match, Core, you can pick the arena, but you can't pick an arena that you already won at, in which case, I don't know. I don't remember which arenas you won at. Just gonna go for random? Or, oh wait, did you say you're gonna search the VOD for it?
Yeah, give me a sec. So,
he's dedicated. Oh yeah, okay, while you're doing that, let's check controls for Cacao. I imagine they're probably correct. Also, does Steam, hold on, did Steam even give you controls? Or do I need to give them to you? Steam, oh, Steam did give you controls, I'm surprised.
Oh, no.
Alright, that's all set.
Okay, we each won on the pit.
Oh!
I lost. He won on Fall.
Okay.
That was the first one that I won on. Glade. I won on Glade.
Okay, so technically no pit or Glade.
Yeah, I can't pick Glade or pit. Let's go spring.
Spring? Okay. Let's see. Chat is... Hold on. Let me even see if I remember how to do this. Let's see. If I do that... Whoa! Gosh! Oh, that's terrifying. Hold on, let me see if I can show you this. So I tried to set up a bet, right? Let me show you what I'm... Look in the rightmost side of the screen once I change this. Hold on. Do you see this? That's terrifying. This is terrifying. I'll expand the window or something and see if I can figure out what to do with that. But that is, yeah, that's nightmare fuel right there. Start prediction? Question mark? Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put you back on the other screen for the time being. But just know that that's what I'm dealing with right now. And it's, oh, no, other one. Perhaps not gonna be the easiest thing to get this figured out. Let's see. When I can only read half the screen. Wonderful UI design. UX design. Prediction. Okay, so I can only read half of it. So let's see. Is it just as simple as doing this? And that? Oh, there's a scrolling bar. Except it still doesn't scroll all the way, so it doesn't matter. Lovely. Great. What the... Okay, hold on. I need to put it on this screen so that I can actually make it big enough to see. Here we go. Alright.
Taylor already did it.
Oh, Taylor did it. Okay. Well, I was gonna say, Taylor usually does it while I'm doing other stuff, and there's a reason why. It's a little cumbersome on my end. Okay, 1 minute for the predictions. So it is a best of one. The deciding match right here between Cacao and Core. Core, you were just looking at the VODs. Can you describe for us again how the previous matches played out?
So I won the first game against him in Glade.
Okay, Core won Glade.
And then he won a pit match. And then I went back to pit and won.
They both won pit.
And then it ended with Fall of Solium. I lost Fall of Solium.
Cacao won Fall of Solium. So that is where things stand. That is where things stand. Let me get their names in and what have you. Let me get all that stuff in. Oh, look, it's even all set up from last week still. Sort of, kind of. I almost typed in Core versus Core. No, not exactly. Okay, and will it be Pyre Hearts and Accusers for you two?
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be whatever you guys were using last week, and I imagine this was probably
Yeah, it was.
what the teams were. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Are the predictions in? Some big bets. Guys, they're technically predictions. Okay, we do not necessarily promote gambling on this channel. Accidentally built a reputation as a fan of you. Might as well commit. Now there's an endorsement, all right. Yeah, famous last words. Then I start a casino tomorrow. And I forget, is it that the color of the little number next to people's names is an indication of which side they took? Do you want to say something epic, Core? Cacao is asking. 1 is core, 2 is cacao. It means you're rooting for core in the case of the 1 blue stuff, and then the sort of pink 2 is in favor of cacao. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, so that'll be interesting to see how the supporters are taking sides during this match. iRotor is taking meta bets. When will Lids stream half of his first match fixing scandal? Shh! iRotor, you're supposed to keep that on the down low. Alright. Alright, are we ready to go? I think we may be. I think we may be. Wouldn't be an esport without it. What good is a competitive sport without some good old-fashioned match fixing?
Hello, exiles.
That's what I always said.
Upon the spring of Jumia. Here you shall be tested by your adversary. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. Accusers, stand prepared. Now we shall get started.
Probably send to Phaler, I'm assuming. I'm assuming Phaler is available to receive.
Yeah, I already sent mine.
Okay. So the players are sending in their first team, or their first exile specifically, with all their setup. And that way, they are locked in once they do so. And they cannot counterpick, at least not with their individual picks. Once both players have selected their first teammates, then both players will make that selection. Then we will do it once again for player 2, for character number 2 and character number 3, and so on and so forth.
Someone.
That way, they can't just have it. Player 2, in particular, cannot have an inherent advantage to knowing exactly what player 1 is going to do and counter them with every single pick. Still some ability to adapt with your second and third selections, but much less of an advantage to player 2 in that way. And we are all locked in and ready to go as soon as you're ready, Core. Is the controller misbehaving?
I guess. Yeah.
Would you like me to give you keyboard mouse controls to select your team?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't I do that then? Oh, you have them. You're fine. Also, remote play does say you're player 2, but since you're on controller and Cacao's on keyboard mouse, I assume we'll still be fine. But just a little caveat there. There's a non-zero chance that the game may get a little confused there. But both players have locked in.
I don't know how to switch on keyboard to get to Zaxiana.
Arrow keys, I think you can do. From side to side. Ready to say Prayer Beads Zaxiana as the leadoff on Core's end. Now again, Cacao is already locked in, so he is not responding to what Core is selecting. He had already made up his mind, and it is a Ninja Almer. Now they will send in their second pick to our third party, and in doing so, they will lock in that selection. So again, they could respond to the previous selection that they saw their opponent take, and adapt accordingly in that way. Or, oh, is that another? No, they're not locked in yet. But they will not be able to counter the same character selection of their opponents. As in, the second selection will have no insight as to what the other person's second selection will be.
Well,
yeah, what is this with the no triple imp strats? I can't help but notice there seems to be a lack of triple imps here. Second picks are in. Core, whenever you're ready. He is going for a Webbed Lanthorn Super Portal
Messenger
imp there. Say no more. You ask for the imp and you shall receive. Now, Cacao is checking the scouting report again. He technically is not allowed to adjust accordingly, so he's just double checking. Oh, hold on a second. What?
exile.
It's identical second selections for both players. Again, those were blinds. They did not know what their opponent was going to take. But now for the third and final choice. And what will be the deciding match in what was originally best 3 out of 5, although at this point it's functionally a best of 1. Carried over from last week, where we left off after being tied 2-2. So now the deciding match.
Choose someone.
And we are locked in for the final selection here. We will see what it is that both players chose to go with. And it is a Brazen Manor.
If you want, you can take away the keyboard. Mouse control.
Oh, okay. Do you still need it for the talisman, though? There we are. It's a Leeching Brazen Manor Ignarius. Then for Cacao, it's Leeching Deluge. It's very different with that last selection, but here we are. The first match of today, however, the final match in this best 3 out of 5 series. Here's Cacao. Dahmer, trying to find a way around Zaxiana, but cannot do so. Here is Zaxiana, switches into Messenger Imp, perhaps not exactly who Core was looking for on that plunge, as that would actually be worth less damage compared to Zaxiana. Here is Ignarius, though, perhaps Core's preferred scorer, as he does have the highest damage and also has that leech. And Cacao nearly had an uncontested Pyre to score on, although as soon as that happened, Core got someone back. Oh, and I'm not sure Cacao was looking to plunge there. I think the momentum took him in when he had meant to throw. And did have enough time, though, to choose the exile that he wanted, and went for the worm, I think, to get the leech. But here's Ignarius, though, and he goes in for 30 damage on that plunge for Core. Quick throw in, though, from Almer. Good for 20. Remember, Ignarius has the leech for Core. And here is Core with Zaxiana as well, and I believe he took prayer beads on her, so she is back. But Cacao wins the orb race and throws it in for a quick 20 here once again. Cacao again, first the orb, and again, quickly in. Almer, oh, this time his throw is short, but he gets the rebound. And Almer is putting on a one-man show here. But he is finally stopped. And now leaving just Raji for Cacao, although suddenly Deluge comes back. His unblockable throw is slightly short. Almer has returned, although he is more of an offensive specialist, not a defensive specialist. And Core has a portal right on top of the Pyre. However, it doesn't matter because Cacao goes straight in for another quick throw to take not only this match, but also the best 3 out of 5 series.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
GG.
Until the next rite.
Well played, you two. Now, we established, based on the numbers and colors, which player each person was rooting for, but did we, or at least I didn't know, just how much lid coin people had put on the line. Yeah, those savages. They can be brutal. I mean, you saw just how quickly Ulmer was able to not only teleport to the orb, but throw it in on that occasion. Alright, so, do we know how many lid coin was wagered in that prediction? Oh, hold on. It says I can see details. I'm sure this is going to be extremely cursed, but I'm going to see if I can see the details. Ooh, okay, okay. I have some of the details, but it's once again cut off, so I can't really know everything. Also, it is blocking chat, so if you could maybe go away the details that I said I wanted to see. I no longer wish to see them. Please go away the details. Okay, I believe the details are gone now. $2,380 lid coin. That is a lot. That is a lot. I don't know if anyone wagered more than that. Over Nor, she says. But yeah, that's definitely true. When it comes to fine-tuning your Pyre skills, there are just some things that realistically the computer is never going to do. So there's only so much you can learn from going up against a max-level CPU opponent. Yeah, that will certainly help you get to a certain point, no question. But there are just certain ways in which players play that a computer never really seems to do. And also, the various new metas, you know, certain specific strategies that we've developed over the past few years that, I mean, you could try putting the combination of masteries and talismans and classes on your opponent's side, but are they really gonna strategically play it the way that that specific setup is designed to be played? Perhaps not. Cacao says, need to switch out, but maybe be back a little bit later. Need to do something important. All right, no worries, Cacao. Cacao has, you know, jumped in, got the job done, and is now retiring. He needs to just finish booking his travel plans. Right, long and peaceful retirement on some tropical island somewhere. Sipping pina coladas. Maybe not getting caught in the rain. Unless that's his thing. He has been liberated, confirmed. He has been liberated. But that does mean we need someone else to jump in here to take Cacao's spot. And Core, I assume you're good to stick around? Alright, no worries, Orokus. Thanks for stopping by. Do we have anyone who would like to jump in Cacao's place here? Don't all volunteer at once. It's gonna be another one of these. Silence, and then suddenly every single person is going to simultaneously express interest. There's no middle ground. Alright, Phaler will jump in. Phaler will jump in. Let's get Phaler then. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm ready. I'm ready. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. He's not on yet. He's not on yet. But he will be. Theoretically. Maybe. Oh, no, he is on. Oh, okay. Here I was waiting in between the two people. You see that little pop-up? I think I sent it to him just before. Sent the invite to him just before he requested to view the broadcast. Alright, let me swap around the information there. Or actually, let's just confirm if Core is still player 1 or if Baylor has become player 1 here. Yeah, otherwise we can certainly reset this stuff as well. Any indication as to who is player 1 at this stage? Still Core?
Yeah, I'm player 1.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, let me type in Failer's information then. There we are. Switch it over. There you go. Okay. So, is there anything we'd like to see between Core and Failer here, or are we, now that we've started off with a bang, now is this the warm-up match? After all those, all that competitiveness from that first match, now we take it easy, perhaps. Unless there is something we want to see for this one. Preset song ×2, okay. Will that be all? It appears it may. So let's do it.
The Pyre Hearts shall take on the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so no requests affecting your team composition here.
Sir Gilman.
That means Core goes for a extra jumping distance Gilman. It's a ninja quick throwing Almer in the first spot for Failer. Oh, we did also happen to get Failer's home arena here. Snadra, extra starting Pyre life on Core's side.
Deluge.
Exploding Deluge in the second spot for Failer.
Bertrude.
Then lastly, Leeching Bertrude is Core's final selection. And then almost an all-fate team for Failer. Alright, here we go. So our first matchup between Failer and Core. Failer applying some pressure with Almer here, although his throw was intercepted. Snadra taken out. Gilman taken out. Series of banishments, and Failer's the one who ends up back with the orb here. Throws in with an unblockable worm throw for slightly less than maximum there at 14 damage. Oh, and Failer deliberately tried to delay the teleportation with Almer to avoid getting banished, but Core was able to time it just right, but nonetheless, Almer still finds a way to teleport to the orb and throw it into an uncontested pipe. Almer clears out a little bit of space, however, that does bring Gilman back. And the stunning claim stuns everyone. So just a brief pause there. Almer back on it though. Throws it to Snadra. Ooh, would have thought that would have gotten rid of both Snadra and Bertrude. Now Bertrude down though. Failer back with Deluge. Deluge's throw is slightly short. Although he banishes several of Kor's exiles, but then Kor brings them back and throws it in with Gilman. So a lot of defensive plays here between these two. But can either player break through offensively? Well, here's Ulmer, and that is certainly his specialty. Failure waits for it, but perhaps waited too long on that occasion, trying to avoid getting banished with Ulmer. And now it is Kor leaping in with Bertrude for 30. Ulmer got the timing right that time. Oh, but his throw is still intercepted by Snadra. Snadra down. Gilman down. Brief window here for Ulmer, which Failure seizes upon. Ulmer again. This time he stopped. Bertrude brings back Gilman. Here's Bertrude. Quick unblockable throw. Cut a little bit short there though, just 14 damage. Ulmer down. Deluge down. And now Ulmer back. Looking for the angle and finds it. Ulmer again, just barely avoids getting banished there, though his throw is still intercepted. Bertrude, I don't know that she was going to have that kind of range, but Ulmer once again for Failure. Throw intercepted, although the defender banished. Ulmer continues to apply that pressure. And Failure getting that timing just right there. Throw intercepted though, and now it's Kor on the counterattack. Defended. And recountered. And Ulmer teleports behind the Pyre to throw it in. And that drops Kor down to just 18 Pyre life. I do think Kor may have had leech on one of his exiles, or am I misremembering that? As he did do that on the previous match. There may be a way back in it, is what I'm saying. Where it would take still more than just one score for Failure. But this may be the opportunity that Failure is looking for. Seize chance is active. Oh, but Kor holds on with 7 Pyre life. Bertrude taken down. Ulmer takes out the defender. And Failure plunges for the winning score.
The fate prevail. Their pyre burns, whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
GG.
The rite is done.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Alright, and let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. We do still have a song locked in for this one, but that is it. Anything else is there for the taking. Otherwise, of course, we can always have them take whatever they'd like, barring any requests. Which, perhaps on this occasion, we shall do. Oh, hold on.
The pyre hearts
That there's a boat.
face the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Which does beg many questions.
Manly.
Kor goes for a quick throwing Manly. it's gonna be with the Pyre's theme as well. True. True. Yeah, we got a random spring with the Fate theme.
The second exile on the boat is your starting one still?
Yes, I don't think it's next.
Okay.
I've not changed anything since the previous stream, so I don't remember what the state was last time around. Yeah, it was spring with Fate theme, and it will now be boat with Pyre theme.
Ignatius.
Once again, nor with this time this was a double prediction. And you predicted both of them at one time. Which I don't know, maybe that's more impressive rather than a one-by-one prediction. But alas, we do have a right here, of course. Kor has taken Hamatha to accompany Manly, and now also a Leeching Bertrude. Phaler has doubled down on the demons, make that... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Because now he is tripled down and has a whopping 235 starting Pyre life. We shall see, of course, how successful he is with sending his demons flying across the length of the arena. But right now it's Kor in possession. Hamatha trying to find a way to fly around those demons, but they do take up a lot of territory. Ispaleth knocks back one defender and makes it in. Good for 30. However, now Vispaleth is gone for the remainder of this round. Well-placed exploding sapling, though. The demons, of course, do generally take a fairly long time to come back from banishment. So Kor seizes upon that opportunity with an uncontested Pyre, throwing it in for 30 and also getting 15 leech back as well. Oh, and the exploding sapling nearly takes out Ignarius, but he just barely sidesteps it. And for a second there, if he still had the orb, might have gotten that extra boat magic to work in his favor and potentially made it all the way in. But he is eventually blocked and banished. And somehow, Jody ends up with the orb there. Trying to find a way through, but cannot pass that sapling. Bertrude, dispossessed. Now banished. Jody, also taken out.
A swift recovery.
And here comes Manly. He does have that quick throw, and just barely enough on that. Oh, and now that sapling doing just enough to make it difficult for Phaler to get the orb. Though technically, the demons can jump over the orb and still pick it up in the process. But once again, uncontested Pyre, and once again, Kor looking to throw it in for 25 with Manly. But as we were saying before, huge starting Pyre life for Phaler. So still over 100, and there. Some big airtime for Jodariel. And also Ignarius. Don't forget about him. Ispaleth ran out of stamina and couldn't sidestep the exploding sapling. Just me, or is that sapling even bigger than usual? Yes, there is a sap next to it, but even with that being said. Oh, and Ignarius just enough to dodge 2 saplings there. Ignarius nearly turning into 1 demon army. Hamatha blocked, banished. Ispaleth dispossessed. And now Ignarius again!
Glory to the scribes.
Finger guns. But now no Ignarius for this round. Though Phaler Only needs one more demon plunge. Unless, of course, we saw Core take Rekindling on Manly, which I do not recall as to whether he did that. Well, apparently not, because that plunge right there will seal the deal.
It was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
GG.
The rite is ended.
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just a matter of who embraces the boat magic more.
Until the next rite.
And with triple demons on the boat, you just have to respect it. Alright, so we are now done with our preset themes, but let us know, chat, if there's anything else you'd like to hear from a song standpoint, or other requests. Can, of course, see to those as well. And it will be customize off. Customize off. So we could still do a song, could still do an arena, but everything else is accounted for here. Valor wants to put us at the pits. And that's where we shall go. Any song? Otherwise, the stage is set.
The Pyre Hearts versus the Fate.
Did we? Oh, I for a second there thought that Core just got a random triple savage. I was very taken aback. Checks for the salute, doesn't have it on Gareth. Is that Phaler who just had the Bright Wisp for the auto passing? Luminous Idol on Gareth. Deluge.
Well, now that's exciting.
Does have Valiant Return, we certainly know that much.
Glory
But it is
for the
Core
Pyre Hearts.
starting things off here with the 20 damage Savage Plunge from the Stowaway. Deluge. Cut off there. Savage versus Savage. In fact, yes, we do have every Savage here. They're all represent. Oh, Typhoon Bottle. Though a speedy Deluge nearly makes his way through there. There's Luminous Idol play,
The orb
along with the portal for Gareth. Set him up for that 20 damage throw.
Tis taken.
Gareth banished now, as is the Stowaway. Oh, and nearly from Ulmer, although he has that Bright Wisp to automatically pass, as we were saying. Gareth. Looking for the right angle of attack. Court somehow sneaks in a quick little 6 damage imp throw in between a couple of defenders.
The orb is up.
Forfeit. Tried to leap over and in. Actually not banished in the process.
Tis what the scribes ordained.
But it is, I believe that was Gareth going in there that time round for Core.
Into the adversary's flame.
And now the Stowaway to see if she can follow suit. Oh, somehow worked around there. Forfeit off the wall, and nearly momentum would have taken her in, although Phaler opts for the throw instead to keep Forfeit in for the next round. Forfeit now banished, however. Gareth blocked. Valiant Return. Deluge. Once again,
Into the
a
adversary's
thorn
flame.
in Gareth's side.
Your fellow exiles remain banished.
Oh, and the portal nearly enough for Core there. However, a valiant return of sorts from Vorford of all people.
Beauteous.
And eventually, Gareth does find his way in.
Now go on, just once more. How fortuitous.
An actual valiant return this time, however. And no one back to defend,
And it is
which means that throw is the deciding point.
Pyre Hearts prevail. And what a crushing victory it was. The rite is complete.
Imp versus no imp. Unfair. Imp's the best. Confirmed.
Until the stars align.
I mean, we could, of course, go back on Customize Off if we would like to. Otherwise, we'll reset ourselves once again here to our defaults. Let us know if there is anything we'd like for this next match. Not seeing anything at the moment, though. So this may just be up to the players to take whatever they'd like. Let's do it.
The Pyre hearts shall confront the fate. Welcome.
We find ourselves at the Ridge of
Who
Gold.
shall conduct the rites? Tizo.
Speaking of imps, Core begins with a speedy Tizo. Baylor also starting with an imp, although that one certainly catches your attention. Manly in the second spot for Core.
The Hope. Here.
Oh, yeah, that was odd.
Sir Gilman.
So Baylor goes for an exploding Gilman in that case. Then finally a power casting Snadra is the final selection for Core. And Phaler also goes for a power casting nomad, though in his case, he's going with Headwind. 4, shoulder smashes. But Headwind returns. Just in time with that jump to avoid getting banished. A well-placed exploding sapling. Gilman. Messenger Imp. Flies over, but then gets shoulder smashed, although that is a dangerous portal. Snadro, powerful cast, and well aimed as well. Clearing out some room to set up this 15 damage throw. Aggressive moves here, using that portal for failure. Just enough speed to make it in with his imp for 15 on that plunge. So that means now no Messenger Imp for this round, and a little more space for Core to make it through with a 25 damage imp plunge. Don't see that every day. Did the voice just call Failure the Accusers? Quick throw there. 25 damage from Manly. Taylor, trying to find a way through once again with his imp. Does set up that portal, but now it is Core once again on the attack, and he has a dangerous portal as well, but Failure goes through his. Only for it to be reset once he has the orb back. Headwind. Now Messenger Imp. Trying to set another new portal, this time, once again, closer to Core's Pyre. Oh, except suddenly, Core goes through his portal for a quick plunge. And that means one score, maybe all that Core needs here. Failure speeds ahead with his worm and does just enough to get off that 14 damage throw.
The last of them.
Going back defensively for Core, that is until Tizo returns, and there he is. Oh, sinks under the defender and in for the deciding score.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like for the next one. Otherwise, of course, we'll have these two take whatever they'd like for the next one. Not seeing anything at the moment, though, so perhaps we'll go in that direction.
The Pyre Hearts shall confront the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, and I believe this is our first Nest of Trieste of the day. And is, ooh, a Bright Wisp Stowaway. Hold on. What is Core up to there? That is not a very common talisman selection for Savages, although there was a brief spell when we saw it for a specific strategy. haven't seen or heard much of it since then. Speedy Bertrude in the second spot, on Core's end. Okay, there goes Savage Numero Dos with the stowaway. Also, a quick-throwing ninja stowaway. Prayer Beads on Barker is the final selection for Core. Now, Phaler with 2 Savages. Balances out his team with a Titan Tooth Raji. And here we are.
Begin.
Both initial Savages banishing each other as they teleport toward the orb. Barker trying to hip-hop his way around and into the Pyre. But again, anytime you see an unclaimed orb, chances are, soon thereafter, there will be a Savage teleporting onto it, which is, in the course of me saying that, happened about 3 times. Barker, for a second there, looked like he was going to hop straight into the lava, but hopped back over.
That was the last of them.
Phaler currently defenseless. That throw was unblockable, even as Phaler started to get someone back. Once again, both Savages take each other out. Barker also banished, this time from Raji. Stowaway looking for an opening and finds one. Throwing it in for 20 here. And oh, looked like there was an opening there for the Stowaway on Core's end if he had chosen to throw that one in, but instead decided to pass it back. And now suddenly it is Phaler on the attack. Perhaps a missed opportunity. Oh, that's time to throw off target, although now there is once again an opportunity here. This time for Ulmer.
The Pyre heart seemed to be falling.
Stowaway jumps straight in for Core. But no prayer beads on her, so she is now gone. And enough time and space that time round. I believe that was from Ulmer. So another Savage throw. Stowaway for Phaler. Throws it again. Just 10. Did we see Core take Stubborn Flame on his crone? I don't recall if we did, although that did certainly look like that may have been the case there. 20 damage from Barker's plunge. Oh, and not enough time for Ulmer to release that throw before he got banished. Stowaway teleports the orb for Phaler. Throw, however, is slightly short there. Oh, but look at that portal play from Ulmer. Stowaway stopped. Bertrude as well. And now Ulmer through the portal. And yes, it does look like the Stubborn Flame is reducing the damage. What would normally be a 20 damage throw reduced to just 10, which means, although this would normally be enough to be the deciding score, in this case, merely cuts Core's Pyre life in half. But next go round, Phaler would have sufficient damage. With anyone but Raji, would technically need to be a Savage. Here is one of them, of course, with the Stowaway. And there is the winning throw.
The fate prevails.
GG.
They do deserve their freedom after all. The ceremony is complete.
No imp? Question mark? We heard it before.
Until the next rite.
The more imps, the merrier? Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you want us to do for the next one. More imps? Less imps? Oh, well, exile request from Anor, we shall see. Talismans through the bot as well. Oh, both talismans and exiles, I take that to mean. Both talismans and also exiles. of the randomized variety. Oh, and is Core already jumping straight on it? Hold on. Core has gone Headwind with the Lunar Glass, Manly with the Titan Tooth, Barker with Ores of Scale. That will not work. So he will have Bottled Void. Okay, now that is... interesting combination there for Core. Certainly some good pieces, just not necessarily sure that those are matched up the way that he would like them to be. Now, Anora, is this... Are we going to set it up so that the first exile gets the first talisman? So Headwind must have Lunar Glass, Manly must have Titan Tooth, because those are both the second selections. Barker must have Bottled Void, because those are both the third selections. Yes, okay. Okay, so interesting. Interesting. Phaler, would you like to do your own, or should I do it for you? Here comes Phaler. Okay, let's see. So he has Manly. So a lot of saps here. Manly, Gilman, Rookie. That's very similar. Wow. Okay, Bright Wisp, Bottled Void, and Titan. What? Hold on. This is extremely similar. Is that two of the same talismans? And at least two of the same classes? Wow. Okay then. Very similar across both teams. Remember, first...
Only one of the same class.
Didn't you both have a sap and both have a cur?
No, I had Zaxiana.
Oh, it was Zaxiana. Okay. I must have seen the chastity and just assumed it was Manly. Okay, then. Not quite as similar. Not quite as similar in that case. Alright, well, I suppose there isn't that much for our players to strategize about. Well, the masteries. They could still mix up those masteries to find a way to make particularly good use out of the exiles and talismans they've been assigned here.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So it was a Lunar Glass Headwind. So a speedy Headwind.
Headwind.
Not typically something you see him doing. In fact, Lunar Glass is probably one of the talismans we see taken the least often. Then it's Bright Wisp Manly, as we saw before, but Phaler going for the maximum rekindling on the masteries. Zaxiana with Titan Tooth. Now that's not a bad combo. As I said, I think initially I interpreted it as I saw the Chastity sign as a Manly with Titan Tooth, which is also certainly not terrible, but I think the Titan Tooth on a Harp is maybe a better matchup, better combination still. Sakor, happy to have received that. And the Bottled Void on Gilman. Now that is, of course, as is almost always the case with Bottled Void, a wild card. Does Phaler try to lean into that? Or will it become an afterthought? Similarly, Bottled Void on Barker, and Core did take Lucky Break, which means there's at least a chance that Barker is coming back after 1 second after being banished, and that could certainly lead to considerably more Bottled Void procs. There is the Titan Tooth on Rookie, which is also not a terrible combination. Well shielded from Phaler there. Phaler back in the orb now with Gilman, but he's banished. Everyone banished at that.
The Pyre hearts make their mark upon the flame.
So time for Core to throw it in with Headwind. Headwind off the wall, but still banished. And Rookie
The sacred law.
dives in for 20.
Neither triumvirate is closer than the other. One
Headwind.
careless step.
Banished by the sapling, and now the throw from Phaler. Ooh, I thought that was going to be short, but it did land for 10.
The fate have gained an edge for now. What happened
Headwind
there?
down. Likewise with Rookie and Barker, but Barker gets that lucky break. So he is back defensively, in time to sweep things up. And go on the attack as well. Plunging for 20 here.
The Pyre heart seem hungry for their glory.
Orb unclaimed. Phaler rushed to get it, but he's banished. Gets it back though.
Oof.
But blocked and sent flying off both walls with Titan Tooth.
Ouch.
And Core using that Titan Tooth effectively. Slowing down Phaler's defense and setting up that plunge there. Speaking of plunges though, here's Phaler. Once again with Rookie. Lucky break from Barker. Puts Phaler back on the orb. Gilman looking for a way through, but he's blocked. Everybody froze in and buys Phaler just enough time to get back one defender. However, the Titan Tooth stunning Phaler
No more
and setting up
lick of
one
flame
more score
remains.
for Core, and that may be all he needs here. Phaler, though, not going down without a fight. He may need as little as 2, but
Into the adversary's flame.
for Core, any of his characters would have enough damage, at least if it's a plunge. He's used that Titan Tooth very effectively thus far. Is that what he's looking for here as well? He's bouncing off all the walls. Very confusing to defend against that. Well shielded from Phaler, though. Oh, but does so preemptively that time.
All
And now everyone gone on Phaler's side, and that means, except...
survive.
Yes, the initial life bar is gone. But remember, Phaler maximized the rekindling, so it's 50 life on the second life bar. However, Core has Leech on Headwind.
The Pyre hearts are now favored to prevail. Oh,
Barker blocked. Rookie now. A little bit of space for Phaler, but needs that stamina back. Goes off the wall, the Titan Tooth stuns, and the orb was more or less directly on top of Core's Pyre, so Phaler didn't have any choice but to plunge there. But he'll take the 20 points of damage. But he is down one Rookie. Perhaps that means he's going to need to find a way through here with Gilman. However, that throw looks slightly wide. Gets the orb back, though. Although banished. And it'll be a while until Phaler gets someone back here. Although Manly perhaps back just in time. Oh, and the bottom void might have saved him a little bit there as well. Strong defensive plays there from Phaler. Buying himself enough time for Gilman to make a return, although he is quickly banished. So once again up to Manly. That's all it takes. All Phaler needs to get Gilman back. Gilman stopped though. We find ourselves in this showdown once again. Phaler blocks, banishes, gets Gilman back. Gilman, can he win the race? Goes for the throw. Oh, and it was unblockable, but it was wide. And so finally, we do get a score. It's Core with Headwind, plunging for 20 and leeching for 10. Phaler again, though. Titan Tooth. Oh, that was Core that time, though.
there.
Core trying to get back defensively, although this time Phaler does get the 15 damage throw off. So at this point, Core needs 1 score. Phaler likely needing 2. Here's one of them, though. Now a sudden death match of sorts. However, Phaler down Rookie, so numbers advantage to Core. Failure takes his defensive position. Gets Gilman back here. Gilman has the speed, uses Stunning Flame, and now that means, at least momentarily, Manly is the only exile capable of moving. Oh, and looked like he might have gotten the defenders out of position there to buy himself enough time to make a move with Manly. And he nearly walks it in with him. But now Failure is defenseless. And Core throws it in for the win. GG.
Adversaries put up quite an effort. The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Very close match.
Until the stars align.
And maybe I wrote or saw something there. Because he's requesting both exiles and talismans, and is requesting triple Cur, bottled void, but no Titan Tooth. Core goes to the book. Huh. Interesting strategic decision. Now, this is, of course, a common place for us to see triple Curs broken out. However, is it particularly a place where Failure is well known for breaking out the triple Curs? Glorious tradition, okay. So is Core ready to fight fire with fire? Well, perhaps we're about to find out, because that covers just about everything here. So let's get started.
The Pyre Hearts shall take on the fate. Welcome.
So it's triple Cur, bottled void, but no Titan Tooth. Triple Cur, bottled void, but no Titan Tooth. And Titan Tooth, as we've said, is fairly common, or at least not out of the question that we see triple Curs on this arena, but usually Titan Tooth is one of the talismans selected in that case on one of those Curs. So having that banned is potentially quite significant here. We'll see how players adapt. We do know they need to take the bottled void. Both players, I believe, led with their prayer beads Cur. The key question is, what is that other talisman going to be? In the case of Failure, he goes for the extra aura. Whereas for Core, we are about to find out. He goes for banishing throws. So we know this last one for Failure needs to be bottled void. So the key difference there is the banishing throws versus the extra aura size for Failure. We will find out which one pays off. Because here we go. Triple Cur against triple Cur. It's Failure getting us started. Of course, they will try when they can to plunge with their prayer beads Cur, which Failure did do on that occasion. Banishing throws, however, paying off this time for Core. Curs stun each other. Failure, though, first to recover, get the orb back, and plunge once again. Once again, it is with his prayer beads Cur. Is Failure doing a good job of going in with his preferred Cur? I don't believe that was the case this time, though. So that does mean that now Failure's down to just 2 of them. Though he gets the orb back nonetheless and nearly made it in there, but the last second block from Core. Now Core with the distinct numbers advantage. But Failure, strong defensively, and goes in, I believe that was with his prayer beads Cur. So well executed once again from Failure. And now he only needs one more. His prayer beads doesn't matter anymore, and that means that will be all Failure needs to take the win.
They vastly outperformed their adversaries.
GG.
Don't question me on my own turf.
This night's
It was a bold strategy. A bold strategy to request book.
It wasn't my decision.
Until the next rite.
But you requested book.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll reset ourselves here, but let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one, or hear for that matter. To book or not to book? That is the question. It's probably some travel agency commercial somewhere that says that. I don't know. Anor is choosing exiles. Will it be another triple Kerr match? Or something different? Lucky Break Kerr. She has also done Talisman. Lucky Break Kerr with Mooncrest in the first spot. That's also Mastery's.
Done that before. It's called Barker Eternal.
Lucky Break Kerr with Mooncrest. Curious how often he'll come back. Huh. %80 is the chance, on average. Math. The power of math. Okay, is there anything else we'd like to combine with that? So we're looking for, I mean, up to you as to which Kerr you think is eternal. Who shall it be? But it looks like that's all here. And we'll see what the preferred Kerr is for both players. I mean, suppose we've already had some indication from Core as to who it is likely to be.
The Pyre Hearts.
And, well, given Phaler's home team, and given how Phaler is in said team's home arena,
Who shall conduct the rite?
perhaps you might have a decent guess as to what Phaler's going for as well, but who knows? So basically the idea here is that there is an extremely high chance of this Kerr, when they get banished, to come back more or less instantaneously when they go down.
Dalbert.
So yes, it is Barker Eternal versus Dalbert Eternal. Pick your favorite Kerr now.
Udmilda.
An exploding Udmilda. Tend not to see the exploding crones all that often.
Bertram.
Phaler goes crone as well, but goes for the quick throws, which is much more often the type of crone setup we tend to see, although here comes a second crone
Bertram.
of the speedy variety for Core.
Exile.
Then Web Lanthorn Rod in the last spot for Phaler. And here we go. Barker Eternal versus Dalbert Eternal. Featuring some crones.
The pyre has been scaled.
And those crones stealing the show, at least at the beginning here.
Oh,
Barker.
now
But eventually it is once again the crones. This time via plunge. Going in for 30, and I don't believe that Core took prayer beads, and therefore that crone is now gone. Barker, however, as we've established, should be available almost all the time, as will be Dalbert. It's going to be very hard to score any uncontested points here.
Poor exile.
Even if Kerr's perhaps not always thought of as one of the stronger defensive classes, it's always something to be said for at least having someone back defensively, as Phaler finds here. But those unblockable throws, even a Kerr, of course, can't stop those. Core trying to fly over the defenders that time with a large leap, but unsuccessful. Now Phaler's turn to throw it in over the defenders for 29, one less than the maximum. Delbert comes back, but Barker goes in. Gertrude, down she goes. And this is, I suppose, the one occasion on which players may find themselves defenseless is if their Eternal Cur is banished by plunging. Obviously, there's no coming back in that round. That throw is not enough to finish the job here. So Phaler holding on. Oh, but Core was saving his Feral Curse and uses that to take the win.
Their adversaries must
GG.
be crying tears of shame. The rite is ended.
All right, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like for the next one. How many talismans are there with probability? There's also Triesta's Plume, chance of coming back from banishment when you're flying, and you plunge. What else? There's the Black Heart, is it? The one where there's the 50-50 chance of coming back either as a Howler or with infinite stamina. So, I mean, that's enough for a full team of the RNG talismans. Is there anything else beyond that? A non-fully leveled prayer beads. Yeah, I suppose there may be other things that in the campaign, if you haven't fully leveled them up, would fall under that category. 100% is still a chance. Well, by that metric, by that account, everything is... I mean, everything is a chance. Just some things are guaranteed. Others are not. Sounds like there's at least some potential, some consideration as to whether we ought to do a match in which all players are using exclusively RNG talismans. Ones with a chance of going well or not so well with whatever it is that they're trying to do. Anor's thinking about it, but hasn't committed yet. Okay, not yet. At the very least, not at the moment. Alright, in which case it looks like this one will just be up to the players to take whatever they'd like. Yeah, you will almost surely come back.
The
Unless the game crashes, in which case you won't. Unless the game has a bug, in which case you won't.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
But that's about it. Define almost. Yeah, quickness 3 on Bertrand at the moment, heads up. Not sure where that came from. Core goes for the cast that goes through the barriers with the legendary Crone Talisman. Thaler not going for the full Ninja Savage on that occasion, which nowadays we tend to see as Thalers go too.
Messenger Imp.
Webbed Lanthorn on Messenger Imp in the second spot for Core. Quick throwing, saluting Bertrude for Thaler. But that is another percentage chance there, the Infernal Bloom. And lastly, Exploding Gilman for Core. And Web Lanthorn Raji to finish things out for Thaler. Thaler just barely catches the edge of that cast. Alma returns, and his jump takes him straight in, which I'm not necessarily sure is what Thaler was looking for. Goes for an early Crone Salute, though. And of course, sets up an uncontested 30 damage Crone Throw. Remember, Core took that talisman that allows him to cast through barriers. So those pits of lava, which would usually halt a cast in its place, not going to happen this time around. Odd series of plays past 20 seconds or so there, as seemingly both players going out of their way to get their own characters banished. Thaler's throw. Ooh. Wait, what? What? I'm pretty sure that was a throw, not a... Did you throw and then immediately after jump in? Kind of looked like a throw, and then you did a Savage impression where you teleported to the end of your throw.
Close.
That was not a Savage, though. Thaler, defenseless at the moment, at least until Almer returns, and Almer's not quick enough to stop this throw. Caught it while jumping. A Crone caught a Crone throw mid-flight. This may be groundbreaking stuff.
Ouch.
Stunning claim. Hold on.
To each his own.
Homer stopped at the last second. He's the one with the Titan Tooth, though. He jumps in and takes the win.
The fate prevails. Most excellently done this time, I must admit.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
All right, can somebody clip that crone play there? We might need to investigate that. Bumped the crone into the orb and the pyre. Okay, because yeah, if the crone caught a crone throw, mid-throw, then that is truly groundbreaking stuff, because we are under the impression that those throws are unblockable until the very end of their trajectory when they're back at the lower level.
Until the next rite.
But are the crone leaps actually high enough in the air that they are the one thing that can intercept those previously thought unblockable throws from crones and worms? Yeah, or was it something more like what Core is suggesting here? Or you can just throw the... you can throw the clip if you have it in Discord and I'll fish it out if Twitch chat is being difficult. Nightbot or something, I don't know. Yeah, this may require some science. Too late for the clippage? Darn. Oh? No, maybe we got it. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Too late for the tag. Gotcha. 20 seconds or so there, as, yeah, let's see. So it's gonna be a crone play over here. Failer's gonna throw it, and then we need to see... because it looked like the throw, I mean, might have made it in, or been on trajectory to make it in, but somehow he ends up plunging with it, so we need to figure out how the crone gets the orb after throwing it. Seemingly both players going out of their way to get their own characters. Okay, so he's over here. He throws. Failer's throw. Ooh. Wait, what? That looks an awful lot like he did, in fact, catch that mid-throw. That looks... oh, can we slow it down? Can we watch it at... hold on. Okay, it's a little bit further up, though. Okay, so ready. He charges up the throw. Throw might have been slightly to the left there, but I'm pretty sure that's close enough that still would have counted.
Yeah, I think it would have missed, actually.
No, it would have missed. You can tell
that would have missed
on the targeting thing.
Okay, so in that case, was it just that... so the throw is actually gonna miss slightly to the left. He jumps, and is it just that it just so happens that's low enough that he can catch it?
Probably, yeah.
Right as it's about to drop, and it's not actually unblockable at that point, and that's the only reason he could do it. It made it look like he caught an uncatchable crone throw, but just enough time passed that he basically perfectly timed it. Yeah, I mean, so like one extra frame in there where the orb dropped slightly lower. But yeah, I think that's the only... either it turns out crones can catch unblockable throws, or Failer was within 2 frames of an absolutely perfect crone catch, and was on the trajectory with that jump to catch the throw and make it in one fluid motion. That's pretty crazy. The chances of that happening, I mean, I guess there's a reason why we've not seen it happen yet thus far, but until now. But that was... When you know that Crone throws are uncatchable, that's pretty crazy that he was able to do that. Truly insanity. I might be able to rename the clip. But what's the... Hold on. Do I still have it up? No, I think I just closed it. Let me do a quick check. I might be able to. Can I? It's, oh, it starts up on 25% speed. Lovely. I can save it as a highlight. And then I can name it. So you guys just want to have RITE NITE at the beginning of it? Should I do Pyre RITE NITE? Pyre RITE NITE Crone Catch? Yeah? Okay. Let's see. Publish, okay, I hope it's just gonna be the clip. I think it's just gonna be the clip. Okay, apparently it needs some time to process, but theoretically it will exist under this link. It's probably still processing right now, so that's probably not going to do anything. You click on it at this very moment, but theoretically, once it's done processing, that will be the place to get it. You'd think that processing a 9-second a 9-second clip would not take very long, but who knows? Oh, I did Pyre RITE NITE. Oh well. Alright, well, is there anything we'd like to see for the next one? Is there anything that we would like to do here? If not, we could, of course, just have them take whatever they'd like to take for this next one. That is always an option. Oh, except we're turning Customize off. We are turning Customize off. Will that be all? We could still do an arena. We could still do a song. Dirty Deal. It's been a while since we had a Dirty Deal request, it feels like. There we are. Or at least it's not nearly as common a request as other things are. Alright, in that case, let's get started.
The Pyre hearts.
And is this our first aisle today? It might be. One harp on each team to rule them all. No, it's the Crone getting things started for Phaler here. He has a Crone and Gareth, the most stylish man on the downside, in addition to the aforementioned harp. Whereas in Core's case, he has a Worm and Snadra, which is probably pretty darn close to what Core would have taken if this were of his own choosing. He has Goals Bracer on Snadra? A random Goals Bracer Snadra? Okay then. Well, the Customize off is certainly working in Core's favor on this occasion. I mean, he at least has Shoulder Smash. He may very well have Critical Strike as well. And he has Leech. It's all, yeah, it looks all left side, right?
How utterly brazen.
How utterly brazen.
Absolution.
Leech on the Worm as well. Everyone gone to that power cast. Means room for Saxiana to throw this one in. Leeching Harp as well. Did the Pyre life go up? Don't think it did, but at this point I wouldn't rule it out. Gareth. Trying to return the favor. But it's Tamitha making a return. Only to be shoulder smashed by Snadra. Jumping in for 20, leeching 10, and dropping Phaler down to 5. Phaler does, however, have the Crone Salute. So he is able to plunge here for 25. Gareth. Oh, he's so stylish. No prayer beads, Orlek equals unplayable. Shoulder smash again. Brutal. And there it is.
The Pyre hearts prevail. The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
GG.
The rite is done.
Let's try that one again, perhaps. I wrote her now. Turn and customize off for this one. That was a pretty loaded team that Core just had. But again, could do arena, could, oh, let's at the very least reset our song. Unless there's something else we want to hear for this one. Grand Ceremony, okay. That we shall do. Alright. Surely it wouldn't happen twice, right? Is this a boat?
The Pyre hearts
No, it's fall.
versus
Okay.
the fate.
It's, is that double nomad? I believe that's double nomad Cur for Core.
Now
It is
begin
Sap, Cur, Worm for Phaler. Snadra, shielded.
well, Sandra.
Oh, explosive temper, so at least partially a right-sided Cur for Phaler.
Now go.
That doesn't stop him from getting in, though, and we know for certain that he has that 20 damage. Barker. Have we established anything about him yet? Oh, he is at least 2. That might have been a third jump at the very end there. That might be mostly left-sided Cur on Core's end.
Heart Pyre now burns relatively
Is that a
bright.
Luminous Idol on Deluge just then? Oh no, Black Hoof. We've done enough customized off matches today that it's only a matter of time. In fact, I'm surprised we did not get a Cursed Talisman earlier. Is this the first one we've had? Perhaps this is the scribes making up for the loaded team that Core had last time, now cursing him with a Cursed Talisman. And that is an unblockable worm throw, just enough on it. Ooh, 1 less than the maximum, 14 out of 15 in that case.
Fate seem to want their freedom more. The fires
Sailor.
wane.
Once again, same play, same score.
That's it.
Snadra, ooh, double banishment, but valiant return there from Gilman, or rather Deluge, but now he's gone. But Delbert makes a return. Oh, he's at least partially left side, Delbert, because we just saw Lucky Break.
The orb.
So he's a 50-50 split. Left side, right side, Delbert is. Whereas Barker is mostly, if not potentially entirely, on the left side. Don't remember if we've seen if Barker has 20 damage when he plunges or not.
One for prove.
Well shielded. From Palmas. Delbert. And Palmas. Two-pronged attack. Delbert makes a move, but he's blocked and banished. Lendl was in position until he was banished. So now it's up to Snadra. Trying to bring him back, but they both go down. Time, perhaps, for Delbert to make his move. Yeah, there you see, he has the double jump. Barker, blocked. Banished, though takes out Deluge as well. So now just Palmas. Failure trying to put that orb safely within the confines of the sapling, although loses the sapling as soon as he does so. While Core now loses Snadra, and Deluge is back at it. Throw, makes it in. Full 15 this time. And now it is possible for Failure to win this one with one score, though it would have to be Palmas in that case. Anyone else would come up a little bit short here. Delbert gets the stamina back. Ooh, and makes his way past the defender. As we were saying, slightly too little damage to finish it with that score. But now just about anything would do the trick for Failure. He is without Delbert in this round. And it is Barker. And he does have 20 damage, confirmed. Now Failure back at full strength. And Core down Barker. And of course Headwind, as we just saw there, cannot pick up the orb. Which does make matters very difficult here for Core, as it basically has to be all up to Snadra. Can't afford to wait around to get Barker back, otherwise Failure will surely score enough points to finish it. And there it is.
The fate prevails. The Empire yet burns with vigor and resolve.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
I'll be honest, I don't know what those letters stand for.
What can you do?
Oh, gotcha. Fair enough. I mean, you could make a pretty strong case that that was just, you know, karma, leveling, or whatever word, you know, the fate of the scribes, balancing things back out. The will of the scribes. Well, is there anything that we'd like to see for this one? If not, let's at the very least set ourselves back on that and on this. Neeland Leech Cur. Not often you see people take that. Was Curse of Lendl? Core says he's good for one more here. Then other people should swap in. Do we have other people who would like to take Core's spot after that? I know, Cacao, we had you in very briefly earlier. And then I think you said you might come back later. Obviously, you're in chat now. And Or can get in later. Okay, great. Great. Perfect. In that case, for a little bit at least. All right, no worries. No worries. In that case, assuming this is our last one between Core and Failure, is there anything that we'd like to see for this one? No comments. Anything else? Or will that be all? Cacao has a nice cup of tea and that's all he needs. No worries. Alright, let's get this totally inconspicuous match started.
The Pyre Hearts shall take on the fate. Welcome.
This might even be our first match at the Cairn today.
Who shall conduct the
If we did have one earlier, it was a while ago. Must have had lots of repeats today. A lot of ridges and springs, I think. yeah. There are some things... A lot of nests, but no glades. This might be our first cairn.
Sir Gilman.
Exploding Gilman in the first spot. Hold on.
Messenger Imp.
What is that, what's in that little can there? Dr. Orlek is on the scene to investigate.
Bertrude.
Quick throwing Bertrude in the last spot for core. The other went Pamitha. And now exploding Headwind. Alright, some unconventional choices perhaps here, in a few cases. But, chaos will be had, nonetheless, as Core gets us started with a 30 damage Crone throw. And oh, Phaler makes it all the way in there with his hip, covering quite the distance. Here comes Orlek. Over to Bertrude. Throw lands for another 30. Yeah, the orb is larger than the imp, for what it's worth. Maybe the first time I've ever really taken note of that. Another 30 damage Crone throw, and that means not much time left here for Phaler, although there's always time for chaos. There's Orlek to seal the deal.
Their adversaries did not even come close.
What's up, Karui?
Thus end this night's
How are you?
proceedings.
Well played, you two. GG's. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And I think Core was just saying that was going to be his last one, and it looked like we might have been about to get Anor in to take his place, if that still works for you two. Doing all right. Good to have you. Let's see. And Phaler, are you good to stick around a little while longer? Or are we in need of finding a second person here as well? Let's get... Huh? Where did... Anor, are you on Steam right now? I don't see your name popping up. Path to Glory, we can certainly at least do that. Yeah, still not showing up just yet. There we go. Now your name popped up. Now your name popped up. There we go. Alright, and if one of you could just establish who is player 1 and who is player 2. Is that still you, Phaler?
Yeah, still me.
Okay, perfect. Anor, who would you like to be today? Nightwings? Yep, okay. Gotcha. There we are. Okay. Anything else we'd like to do request-wise? We have a song. This will, of course, be Nora's first match of the day, so you could be merciful and give her a chance to warm up a little bit, or you could throw something crazy straight at them. Straight at these two. Nora's player 1? Okay, perfect. Will the scribes next? Okay, remind me so that I don't forget. Oh, also, reset arena. Almost forgot. And Barrick, what's up? How are you? How's it going? How's it going? Let's get this one started, shall we? Oh, accept an order and customize off at the last second just before I press that. Hold on, we can still do it. We can still do it. Customize off. And what? Titan stars as well? What? Okay, hold on. What are we up to here? Both players have customized off. And then Barrick throws in a Titan star. It's almost like he thought we wouldn't notice. Well, do explain. Do explain, Ed Barrick, what you had in mind. Such chaos indeed. I mean, there's only one real Titan for you to request in that case. Only one true answer. If we're trying to maximize. Definitely not the one that's not me, for what it's worth, who is moving the cursor right now. But that's also totally not the Titan that I'm alluding to right now. Definitely not what I had in mind. Oh, it's a strange... I gotcha. It was more of a... Okay, so no actual Titans. No... Okay. No actual Titans per se.
The night wings.
Oh, actually, except we're gonna have... Except customize off is gonna mean we're gonna go straight into this. So if you have a specific gameplay-like thing that players are supposed to do, then let us know now, because we won't have any time while we're selecting teams, because we're gonna get thrown straight into the action here. Alright, so hold on. Hold on. Give Barrick a second here. Oh, okay. No, that's core. Oh, it's a okay, it's the copy pasta. For a second, I thought that was the criteria that Barrick was looking for. As soon as I ask, core fills my entire chat window. My entire chat window. Like, no exaggeration. Okay, now, granted, on my other monitor is smaller, so it filled the entire window. Core's chat message just then. It's like, oh god, please tell me that whatever Barrick has in mind is not that extensive, that complicated. I was deeply concerned. Also, Core, there's no chance I'm reading that, I'll be honest with you. Both players pick the other... Oh. Okay, so this isn't going to work with Customize Off. Right? Request both players pick the other's first exile's abilities, but only the skills in L1, L2... No, Core, I will not read it. I refuse. I refuse to read your copy pastas. Alright. It looks like Barrick's request is incompatible with our Customize Off, and I think the Customize Off technically came first. I'm not actually sure if it did, but yeah, we'll get it next time. Alright, so I'll give you guys a countdown because we're going to get thrown straight into this one. So I'll go 3, 2, 1, go, and on go we'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so it's at the book. It is an imp, savage? Yes, savage with no salute, and a cur for Nor. For Phaler, it is 2 nomads and a savage. Both players, in fact, have armor. Of course, they'll take a little bit of time to try to figure out what it is they have for masteries and talismans. Oh, quick little 5 damage throw there. Nor does not have the salute on her savage, but I'm not sure Phaler has tested his. It's a luminous idol on Messenger Imp there that we just saw. Oh, Fairy Spirit as well. Now that's a little more chaos while we're at it. Phaler. With armor, shoulder smashed. Anor picks up the Moondrop with a character who I'm pretty sure has the mastery that gives them automatic infinite stamina. And jumps in. As they are jumping and about to plunge, they pick up a Moondrop and get infinite stamina. Just for the extra flex.
Tread lightly.
Almer, banish. Oh, that is a super speedy curve there. Hold on a second. Does Rookie have Tailwind Crest or something like that? Because he certainly looked speedier than usual. Or maybe he saw a little moon crest, or rather a Moondrop and snagged that. Although that's just stamina. That's not pure speed per se. Ooh, black magic jump there from Anor, jumping one way then curving the other way to make it in for the plunge there. And there's Rookie once again, plunging for 20. False step into a shoulder smash, you love to see it. Depends which perspective we're talking about here. One person probably is, the other very much is not. But here's Phaler. Uncontested opportunity. Oh, to throw it in for 20 and get 10 leech as well. So definitely, Phaler would like to make a point of scoring with that character. Granted, because all of Phaler's characters look almost identical between the Savages and the Nomad, I'm not entirely sure which one that was. It might have been Snadra? Or was it Almer? Rookie, I swear that Rookie is faster than usual. Almer for Phaler. Trying to sneak under the defender that time, but unsuccessful. Fairy Spirit dropping somewhere, and Anor picks it up, even though I think it's Phaler's talisman that's creating them. Almer on Phaler's end. Looking for the angle, has that infinite stamina, so he will never stop running. Almer running the marathon. When? Right now is the answer, apparently. And Nora's like, come on. Any day now. Eventually, Almer is blocked and banished, and now Nora on the attack with Messenger Imp creating a portal, although she sends someone through that portal only for them to get banished. Almer blocked again, although banishes the opposing character, but everyone comes back instantly. Rookie, thinking about it, but threw through his stamina there and catches the edge of that cast, taking him out. Anor, eyeing the portal, goes through it, but Phaler saw it coming. Follows up quickly with the banishment. Almer sidesteps that cast. And this time blocked. Somehow, I swear that cast went straight through the other character, although he's still able to banish everybody. Even if the Lucky Break activated, still able to maneuver his way in. And okay, it looks like it is Almer. Almer is the one with the leech, and so that was the right person for Phaler to focus on. And he has leech on Snadra as well. Hold on. Suddenly, the tides have turned here. Headwind. He makes it. He has leech as well? What? Everyone has leech on Phaler's team. Every single character has leech on Phaler's team. In a customized off match. Almer sniped Fairy Spirit. Phaler can pick it up if he wants to, although that is with a character who... Oh no, that was a character who could still make use of it. Almer has the infinite stamina built in. But now no one back to defend. So time for Anor to throw this one in for 15. Snadra banishes one, gets the orb. Shoulder smashes the other. But Rookie escapes. Almer retreats. Although suddenly, opportunity here for Snadra to jump in and take the win.
The fate prevails. A rite conducted with aplomb.
A mere pull in the strings.
The rite is done.
Triple leech out of nowhere. That was an interesting turn of events.
Until the stars align.
Was Phaler down low enough that one score would have taken him out? He was. If he was not there, he was close to it. He was. How the turns have tabled. Sometimes you just never know. You just never really know what to expect with that customize off. We'll turn it back on, unless of course that's something we want to have for this next one as well, and likewise we will reset our song too, unless there's something we'd like for that. Alright, we have Amberic's request, which was... hold on, let me double check. Let me remind myself. Both players pick the other's first exile's abilities, but only the skills... Okay, so does that basically mean that you just need to... Do you know... Are you only picking abilities blindly, not knowing what exile they're going to take? Or is it once they establish which exile? Yeah. What's the order of exile and masteries? Maybe it's better for all three? Just the first? Yeah, I think I've successfully confused myself. But Phaler and Anor, if you feel like you have it down, then we could proceed. Pick the other's abilities, then pick your own 3 exiles. So are you picking like the L1, L2, L3, L4 before you know which type of class your opponent is taking? So, you know, if you take all left side, maybe they take a harp, and, you know, there are people who take all left side harps, or maybe they take I don't know, something else that's not typically as good with all left side. Or do you go in with the knowledge already of what class they have before you're selecting what masteries they have? It sounds like you're saying it's a blind guess for the masteries. Yeah, it sounds like you're saying abilities before exiles, if I'm interpreting that correctly. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, let's do it then. And is it... Did we establish... Oh, well, so I forgot to deactivate the Titan Stars, but sure, there's none active right now anyway, so we're fine. Now, I can... Okay, I can explain it now, but is it just... How many exiles is it for? Is it just for the first exile, second exile, third exile? Yeah, it's masteries first. So basically that means that Phaler right now is choosing which masteries in terms of L1, L2, R1, R2, so on and so forth he wants. Yeah, so I know you're taking L1, L2, R1, R3. You can take whatever class you want with that combination. So, obviously, there are probably some that lend themselves better to that combo than others do. And it's all exiles? Okay, gotcha. So Nor decides that a plunging savage with prayer beads is the way to go. So now Nor, likewise, you say L1, L3, you know, whatever combination you want for Phaler to take, and he chooses whatever class he thinks fits best with that combination. L1, L2, L3, R1. See what Phaler has in mind here. Mostly left side. All but the final mastery on the left side then just the first on the right side. Taylor chooses to go the harp route, which means he's missing out on the extra quickness. But the first mastery on the right side of the harp tree is sort of a form of quickness as well, so very similar to an all left side harp, which, as I was alluding to before, is one of the more popular harp setups. R1 to... Oh, all right side for this one, says Failer. All right side. I was about to say, Nor, someone who I think is fair to say does not often call herself a worm player, basically voluntarily takes a worm here. Yes, they're a little more complicated than just that, but now Nor chooses what mastery she wants Failer to take. I've created a monster. L1, R1, R2, R4, so mostly right side. Just not the right side of the right tree. Which means Failer can go Imp and dodge the Imp Salute, which is generally not one of the things you want to take on the Imps anyway. L1, 2, and 3 are 1. So everything but the final mastery on the left side, and then the first mastery on the right side. And she goes Nutrition Stick Volfred. Now, we have not seen an Nor take Nutrition Stick Volfred yet today, and it feels like in general it's been a very long time since we've last had a Nutrition Stick Volfred sighting. All left side. All left side for this one, says Nor. I think there are potentially a few classes that we occasionally see people take 100% left side. Nomad potentially being one of them. So Failer goes for what is a pretty standard power casting Nomad with Snadra. And here we are. Here is Snadra, setting up that power cast. But she's blocked and banished. Stowaway, blocked, banished before she can try again. Kamatha. I'm upset that Flappy Harp made it through. Well cast by Snadra. Well cast again. Needs to be careful of that sapling though. Instead, she chooses to jump her way in. Stowaway, or nearly, bulldozed her way straight through. There's a lot of room there momentarily, however, Nor got someone back defensively just in time. Although Failer's still able to hop over and in for another 20 damage on that plunge. Stowaway this time does go straight in. Oh, and remember, Nor did take Prayer Beads, I believe, which is why she's looking to go full speed ahead rather than throw. Tizo banishes, but gets banished, although he quickly returns.
Fear not the purified flame.
And Failure, Harp pushes his way in.
Now go
That
on.
means Anor with just 20 Pyre life left. I don't believe she has any leech. Although after the previous match in which we saw every single character on one side have a leech, I'm a little hesitant to say that definitively. Stowaway. Ooh, sneaks around and in. Here is Nutrition Stick Volfred, but he's stopped. Stowaway, shoulder smash. Stowaway tried to escape, but she stopped as well. Sapling slows Failure down, but he does get the orb back. But an orb back in possession. Stowaway stopped and cornered. Flappy Harp makes it through, but Anor has 10 rekindling. So she holds on with her second life bar. Snapped her one side,
It is done.
but Failure senses him through the other.
And such a well-conducted victory it was.
And wins it with Tizo.
The rite is complete.
GG. Well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
Fell for the worm bait. Alright, well let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like for the next one. Let me actually turn Titan Stars off this time. For reals. Because obviously worms are objectively the best class in the game. Some might say OP. It's worth a try every now and again, right? Well, anyways, let us know if there is anything we'd like for this next one. Otherwise, we'll just have these two take whatever they'd like. And so that we shall do.
The Night Wings shall confront the fate. Welcome.
Alright, no requests for this one.
Conduct the
So it is up to you to take whatever you'd like here. Nor now goes for a ninja stowaway. Failure with a Titan Tooth on Ulmer. So at least one Savage on each side. So brace yourselves, there will not be much time in which the orb remains unclaimed, as both of those Savages took the Savage Salute, allowing them to teleport to the orb. And orb back with Nutrition Stick full Fred. Failure, tempted by the double Savage, but instead opts for quick throwing, saluting Bertrude. Speedy saluting Prayer Beads Pamitha rounds out the team for Anor. And Web Lanthorn Raji is the last selection for Failure.
The orb.
Anor teleports, but her throw is intercepted.
Praise be to the scribes.
And Anor tries to teleport first to the orb, but in doing so, did not quite wait long enough, and it was over the lava when she did so.
There.
Ooh, and well maneuvered there by Phaler.
The fate have made
To banish,
the mark
loop
of
around,
flame.
pick up the orb and throw it in for 25.
The orb is up.
That's more what you expect to see with the two saluting savages leading things off, them teleporting into each other and immediately banishing each other at the beginning of the round. Full friend. To the stowaway. Stowaway ninjas her way through. Phaler is intercepted, goes for an unblockable throw and has enough on it
True.
to deal 30 damage here. Almer. Blocked. Anor with Volfred. Has that range on the nutrition stick. Looking to set up a throw though, but not quite enough time to do that. Titan Tooth on Phaler's end, slowing Anor down defensively, but not quite giving him enough time to get off that throw. But he'll try again here, once again with Ulmer. Not quick enough though to stop Volfred. Now Anor's turn. Pamitha. Blocks. Ulmer, this time jumping in. Now he does not have prayer beats. He's gone for this round, but it may not matter, as Phaler was saving his crone salute, so all of Anor's exiles are defenseless howlers,
Beyond all
except
reason, the flames yet
Anor has rekindling.
no more than a
So
little
10 Pyre life left.
flames.
But here comes Phaler. One score, likely all he needs. Stowaway, intercepted, but banishes and gets it back. Looking to do so again this time, but not as successful on the second attempt. And Anor may have done just enough to push that crone and get that throw out of range. Stowaway. Trying to snipe by throwing the orb at an opponent and teleporting immediately to them to banish them. Titan Tooth has been very useful for Ulmer, and proves to be the case here as well.
It was a glorious performance, I must say.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Alright, Anor is choosing exiles. I did not even attempt to read it. Pit Triple Savage. Okay, well, tell you what, I was about to say this might be our penultimate rite, our last one before the Liberation Rite, and I feel like that's a good way to make that happen. I feel like I can support this. This Pit Triple Savage, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Okay, now we could do a song, that's about it. But I'm not... Oh! Tizo's theme. Flutterfly. Alright. That it shall be.
The Night Wings shall take
So we're at the pit.
the fate. Welcome.
And we have a request for the Triple Savages.
Shall conduct the rites.
There are a few ways you could go about doing this, but perhaps the most obvious is, of course, take the quick throwing talisman. Phaler goes for Titan Tooth, however, on Gareth. That's just the show-stopping power of his fashion sense. Anor, momentarily captivated by Gareth's sense of style. Goes for the speed on Gareth. And I don't mean throwing speed. You know, look, we all get lost in the wonder of Gareth's eyes every now and again. There's nothing wrong with it. He truly is captivating. Banishing throws for Almer. Last one for Phaler is also Almer. For him, he'll have the quick throws. All right, so here we are, triple savage in the pit. Always a good time. We will see just how memey the players choose to go, and it's off to a great start. You'll love to see it. What better way to begin than by bouncing off the wall and in?
Why, that was all of them.
Why, that was all of them. And we're going for the off-the-wall throws, it seems. At least on that occasion. Phaler going off the wall again on the jump that time. And we're off the wall throw. Unsuccessful that time, though. Phaler. Ooh, nearly that time. Although Anor might have had the auras in place to stop it. Also, the series of banishments from everyone simultaneously jumping into the aura. That wasn't off the wall. That wasn't off the wall. That was, however. 'Twas but a little splash, but it was off the wall, and as everyone knows, any score off the wall gives you an inherent ×2 multiplier. Almer. He goes down but bounces his throw off the wall and banishes the defender with it. No, Phaler still has someone in place, although Anor gets someone back in time to intercept. The Savages continue to banish each other by teleporting onto one another, but Phaler eventually emerges and goes straight in. Stowaway off the wall, but didn't get the angles right. Phaler trying to go off the wall, but need to rework his trigonometry. Anor, oh, might have had it. Might have had it lined up, but Phaler was also in position to intercept. Oh, and Phaler off the wall and in for the win.
The fate prevails. Accomplished effortlessly, I might add. The rite is ended.
GG. Well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
Besides a few exceptions to the whole off-the-wall thing. But, it is now time. It is now time for our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So we'll be at the Fall Sully, and we'll turn on that sermon intro. We will have the Never to Return version of Player 2 here, namely the Fate. Also, I totally went by the thing that I was looking for, / went in completely the wrong direction to begin with. There we are. Alright, so no requests for this one. We will have both players taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. So, without further ado, let's begin.
I bid you welcome, exiles. You are gathered at the fall of Solium. Have you the fortitude required to prevail? Let us determine which of you is the superior. Nightwings, stand prepared. The Fate, stand prepared. Now let us begin.
Alright, so here we have our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So no requests from chat. Both players, they've taken their preferred teams. And we shall see what they choose to take here.
Bertrude.
Nor leads with a speedy Bertrude. Thaler leads with a speedy Tizo. Anor goes for a more standard webbed Lanthorn Tizo setup. But a second Impure from Phaler with Titan Tooth Raji. He wouldn't. Would he? We shall see. Only one way to know. We shall soon find out. Is power casting Headwind in the last spot? For Anor, now is Phaler about to do it? Yes, he is. It's triple imp. All right, here we are. Our final rite of the night. Anor on the left representing the Nightwings, and Phaler on the right representing the Fate. Best of luck to you both.
transpired there. And there it is at last.
And there it
Fates
is.
have proved their worth.
GG!
They surpassed their adversaries in the end. Thus ends the Liberation Rite.
Well played, you two, and that is, or was, our Liberation Rite, our final rite of the night. Thank you, everybody who participated in the rites today. Thank you, everybody who gave us the request today in chat as well. That close Liberation Rite, you just love to see it. You just love to see it, but that is going to be it for me, so I'm going to hop out of Discord, but I'll catch you guys next week. Alright, but I'm not quite through with you yet. Let me throw this screen on right here. But thank you all for watching. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, which we are doing on Sundays. If you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which is the place where we are organizing all of this stuff. And you can do that by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights. Our streaming schedule nowadays is Fridays is Mass Effect Andromeda campaign, Saturdays is Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, Sundays is Pyre multiplayer, and then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. Also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher themed card game, as well as some Thronebreaker, the Gwent campaign on YouTube as well. And if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get notification for when I go live. Also follow me on Twitter at LidsVids. I post everyone live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my own Discord, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. Yeah, as for potential tourney stuff, I mean, it seems like we have not really firmly established what, if any, changes we may want to the format. So I would say if that is something that we want to have happen in the near future, then we definitely need to work those things out. But once we've done that, then, you know, we can talk. But alas, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.